Hello, beautiful family of light. Rev HoniB here. And this video today is about embodied InScension. And this is part 3. And this part is about truly letting go. So I'm looking at both of here, my Instagram family, as well as my YouTube channel. So I'll be speaking to both screens here. So embodied InScension, you can look at my 2 previous videos about this. And the first one is about awareness. Second part is about compassion. And today I really wanted to speak about letting go. We have let go in this awakening and ascension journey over and over and over. It's been a remarkable walk of letting go for sure. The truly letting go that I am speaking of, from especially those of you that joined my 4-4 universal meditation. This was post the equinox, has nothing to do with equinox, but it has to do on planetary level, beyond the astrological signs, what has taken place within the much higher field of awareness that humanity is now capable of grounding their great I am presence into their vessel. So that in which I'm speaking is about the universal meditation that many of you took, which consisted of being able to remove the shackles from Atlantean matrix that has played part in our lives for the past 12,500 years. And this shackle was not a shackle on our wrists or our feet, it was a cap placed above, and it ties all the way into our solar system, into the Andromedan galaxy. And once you're able to pass that, you're able to get into this pure consciousness. And that's what I guided those of you that join step by step, being able to experience this. And if you successfully, which very few were able to successfully have the cap removed, once from pure consciousness, you from the other way, you return back to the body, the biological body that you have been residing in to continue this journey here. I guarantee 100% you have changed and you are a different individualized being. Singular is what you have become, and now it is your walk in this embodied InScension. It is a very different walk. So the truly letting go that I'm speaking of is those of you who were successfully able to experience this. And this letting go is a phenomenal experience because there is no struggle in here. Because that particular meditation was about completely releasing all powers of any kind. So when you move into the essence of you, it needs no power at all. You move out of the power game that had played out from Atlantean time onto here, that's connected to the minds of individuals, and it is able to be manipulated, controlled, also very easily socially engineered and dogmated, and it is not a clear lens. Once this cap has been successfully removed, as in my first video I spoke about, first is the awareness that begins to make its way into the body, so the bodies become aware. Then it is the compassion of this journey that's been separated from itself. The human physical temple did not know its I am. The I am has not known the journey that this human temple has walked many lifetimes, and there's a lot of compassion around this. It's like they're meeting to share with each other. Since then, by the way, I shall say every night I am up very differently than I would be up before. And right about 2 o'clock, I'm up and I'm breathing. I'm moving into that pure consciousness again of that I am without any interfere of the cap, and experiencing viscerally its own energy in this body that wants to notice, be experienced viscerally, to experience the embodiment of it. And from here, what has also taken place is my human mind is on here watching. And this video is about letting go, the third part of it, because the letting go of the past was with struggle. We would say it, but we didn't know how to let it go. With here, it is very easy. It is so effortless because an encounter comes up and there's no struggle in knowing completely, no, that's not for me. So you don't engage and you release it. Or, for example, I won't say you, I will refer to me. Or, for example, there was the opportunity to collaborate in a way with someone, and I could tell the energy is of energy of the past. So it was so easy with love to say it is not aligned right now. And that was it. There's zero struggle here. Or even in my own personal experience with, say, Michael, like Michael came back from his day of transformation and healing last night. And it was very easy in letting go from this space where we would sit and catch up and all of this. Yet I was aware he needed that space. I needed the space I was in. So then letting go of all these things that would occupy so much energy and space. And what is returned instead is this renewed, vast space that easily allows the breath from the awareness to see, to make choices, to collaborate. And again, for me, it's still of I would call it, from the human term, a newer muscle, yet it is not. It feels very, very ancient, familiar. It is the knowing. And as some of you have been watching my video, there is this return because it seems like it is so beyond my five senses. There are all these other senses that have kicked in. And most of you have known me as multidimensional, transmedium, transchanneler, and with many abilities. That's not what I'm speaking of. What I'm speaking of from these different senses, the senses are directly through the knowing. And what is more newer for me is this experiencing it in my body as if my organs know it, or as if my feet know it, or as if my, let's say, bloodstream knows it. It's so visceral in the body, this embodiment coming in. So my outer reality is completely shifting. And for those of you who are part of our Ascension Alchemy members, with Dr. Darius Mayboody on Saturday, we did a beautiful 75-minute talk about this embodied ascension that many of you will begin to go through at a later time. There are some of us that are going through it. So there's this mechanics of not even learning, but the mechanics of its beingness. And we're not accustomed for this level of effortless. And because it doesn't have any power struggle with it. And most of us incarnated to experience so much of power struggle, challenge, difficulty, arguing, standing up for our right, and many other things. And this in which I'm speaking of is free from this space. So the freeing of the space creates this vast, greater awareness of a presence that is ready to present in another way, which requires of letting go of many, many, many ways. So one of the other things that's taken place in me, which I've continuously done this with clearing my closet, the clothes. I would do this a couple times a year, and I had just done this recently, and right away I had to go to my closet. I got rid of so many things, so I have some fantastic things if individuals are interested. However, I knew I have to be in this more of the energy that is calling itself to it. So it was effortless in terms of also, I just put up my car for sale. I have a beautiful red Mercedes that just looks brand new. It's gorgeous, but right away I knew this also has to go. And there are many other things that just have to go because it no longer, it doesn't match. That's all it is. And there's a lot of love within it. Love in the letting go of it without any struggle, without any effort, without any thought, without any calculation, without any comparison. And wow, does it feel so freeing. So this is the third part of Embodied InScension. And for those of you that took my 4-4 Universal Meditation class, that was free, that called to individuals that were ready to live from their mastery, and much more of this is coming forth for me to be of communication from, as well as service to. So please stay tuned for that in terms of workshop, and especially an 8-week series. I had put one for April 22nd for 12 weeks, and I knew I need to go through April. Every day, the I am coming in and showing itself as this cap of the Atlantean was removed. There's so much more remarkable integration. It is of the divine self merging with the human self, and it does require the space and the time for it to be more of it. So some of these do have to go, and also the changes in our ascension alchemy will be reflecting on that. There are various things that just don't resonate for me to offer in terms of private session. There's only one, and you can guess the private session is very deep, and it's only about this I am alignment. So before I was facilitating the ascension alignment, and this is straight or to the I am embodiment and alignment. because I'm experiencing the depth of what this presence is. And this has been a 12-year journey where the I am presence came into my experience when Master Saint Germain stepped in. When I was in Arizona, this was right after my death experience, when I died and crossed over and experienced afterlife and everything that was shown. When I was sent back with assignments, this was one of the first things with the I am presence. And with that, there's first the consciousness of the I am presence. And then when I was in afterlife, I experienced what the pure consciousness was. But to integrate it, allow it to be, it's taken a 12-year journey, and it really kicked in last month. And many of you know, for a period of 3.5 years, our Sunday service was dedicated in the invocations. In this space, there is no invocation. There's none of that. All of that is also on the wayside. So for those that feel more called to live, to really live from the alignment of their divine essence, that is where I'm called to assist in private session, as well as a group in an 8-week span, possibly 12-week. I am uninterested in working with individuals who are not willing to own and accept themselves. And I really mean surrendering to themselves. Those that have are the ones that I will be collaborating with. So with this, it is very exciting, and I'm delighted to share this third part as I experience it, bring a voice to it. So those of you that come to each of these sort of stops, you get to also recognize this navigation within yourself. So much love and blessings to all of you. Have a beautiful day. And I look forward in being able to assist those of you that feel called to be assisted after May. The first week of May, I am away for my solar return. And then, thank you so much. Have a blessed day.